Hi, this is Kathy. I wanted to share with you an experience that I had this week because it really gave me a chance to laugh at myself. So hopefully you can relate a little bit. I'm enjoying some beautiful sunlight from this window here, so hopefully you don't get too much of a ghost appearance. So I'm driving. I'm driving along on the 407, getting where I need to go. I've got the radio on, boom, 97.3, feeling young, listening to my 70s and 80s tunes, and the song Blinded by the Light comes on. So I'm rocking away, I'm listening, and I'm hearing this and I'm trying to make sense of the words. I'm thinking to myself, blinded by the light, wrapped up like a douche, something wander through the night. Well, this does not make sense to me. I cannot figure out, I cannot construct meaning out of these words. So I'm thinking so hard and I'm going through all my language schema. Well, I hope they're not talking about douche, like, the female version of washing douche, or they're not talking about taking a shower in French. This is my language schema. Like, I know what a dauphin is, so maybe this, a doucin, or I heard it wrong because it's some other version of dauphin. It's doucin. Maybe they said douce as in really soft in French. And so I'm working so hard trying to figure this out. Meanwhile, the song's in my brain like a little earworm. And I start to feel all of this shame and embarrassment that makes no logical sense to me. So I go, okay, all right, this is interesting. I'm tapping on my shame. I wonder what this is about. I go home and I ask my husband, and I'm like, okay, I don't know what this means. You can laugh if you want to laugh, and I'm okay with that. I just got to get this earworm out, and can you please tell me what this means? And he says, "Oh, like that happens to people, right? It's fine. It's like that CCR song. There's a bad moon on the rise. Sometimes people hear that as there's a bathroom on the right. Ha ha. We laugh and nobody's wallowing in their shame and everything's fine." And then he says, "Well, the lyrics are blinded by the light, revved up like a deuce, another runner in the night." And he's like, yeah, deuce as in deuce coupe. It's a car. It's like in that Beach Boys song that references a deuce. And I'm, okay, perfect, makes sense. I didn't know that. I had never heard of a deuce coupe. I hadn't heard the Beach Boys song. I had no prior knowledge, no schema. I had no meaning to construct, nothing to attach to that. So I was just creating meaning from whatever it was that sounded the closest to me. But there's still this shame piece. So I'm thinking back, and this memory comes up of when I was in grade 7 and we had to do public speaking. So I prepared my speech. I was doing it on commercials. And at the time, there was a McDonald's commercial that used the jazz song Mac the Knife, and they adapted the words to sell the McDonald's products that they were advertising. So I had painstakingly sat beside the TV and listened carefully and tried to write down the words as best I heard them. I created a script for myself out of that so that I could learn the words, so that when I did my speech, I could stand up there and sing the words of the commercial as a way to show, oh, music is a really powerful way to sell things to people because it tugs at you and it grabs your attention. So I'm standing in front of the core. At that time, we worked in an L-shaped cooperative core, so 3 classes would come together. 90 students and 3 teachers are watching me. I stand up there, I sing the words the way I heard them, and they were completely inaccurate. They were not correct as to what was actually going on in the commercial. And people were laughing. And the teachers even thought it was funny because some wondered if I had done this on purpose just to kind of make the point, anti-commercialism point. And I was so embarrassed and so humiliated and felt so like, Kathy, how could you be so stupid? So all of that came flooding back as I'm driving on the 407, thinking through this Blinded by the Light song. So we tapped and I would talk myself through it and work to resolve that shame and that embarrassment that had been sitting there since I was 12 years old. So it was such a powerful experience for me to think that one little song could just open up this this whole conversation with myself and with my husband about what it means to hear and what it means to process and what it means to create meaning. And then how the memory of that past experience was affecting and had imposed itself on my current day experience. And then to be able to take responsibility for that and just go, oh, okay, thank you, song. Thank you, Blinded by the Light. Thank you, music, for giving me a chance to just to clear that all out and get myself one step closer to who I'm really meant to be. So anyways, I hope that was helpful for you to hear too. And I hope you have a great weekend.